Hello, and welcome to Select 10. It looks like 2025 might be a fantastic year for science fiction on Amazon Prime, featuring movies that defy expectations, spark your creativity, and keep you hooked. From terrifying dystopian worlds and futuristic mysteries to bizarre alien experiences, these are the science fiction films you must see right now. Each of these films gives a unique spin on the genre, demonstrating one thrilling narrative at a time. Number 7. The Invasion. It is a 2007 science fiction thriller that Oliver Hirschbiegel directed. The film stars Nicole Kidman and Daniel Craig and serves as the fourth film adapted from Jack Finney's 1955 book, The Body Snatchers. The narrative centers on Dr. Carol Bennell, a psychiatrist who, after an unexplained space shuttle disaster spreads alien spores throughout Earth, starts to notice unsettling changes in those around her. As the sickness spreads, changing humans into heartless replicas, Carol rushes against the clock to discover the treatment with the assistance of her coworker Ben. The film lacks the spooky atmosphere and dread that made previous versions classics, but its visual leanings towards sterile, clinical settings and terrifying transformation sequences make it highly enjoyable. Kidman gives a powerful performance, and while the movie creates some tension, its erratic pacing makes it seem haphazard and less powerful. Overall, The Invasion finds it difficult to convey the horror and social critique of its source material, but it is a respectable addition to the long list of Body Snatchers movies. Number 6. The Lobster. It is a 2015 dark comedy directed by Greek Yorgos Lanthimos. The movie takes place in a dystopian world where single people are required to find an ideal companion within 45 days or risk being turned into any animal they want. The story revolves around David, a newly divorced guy who comes into an odd hotel set up to uphold this order and must navigate weird traditions, imposed integration, and the possibility of turning into a lobster if he doesn't obey. The film's clinical and harsh aesthetic, together with its quiet colors and emotionless delivery, enhances its bizarre atmosphere. Although some people may find the humor unclear and its pacing plodding, it is a profoundly unique and wickedly funny examination of human isolation, acceptance, and romance. Overall, The Lobster is ultimately a daring, eerie, and haunting movie that sticks with you long after you've seen it, solidifying Lanthimos' record for making daring, unconventional films. Number 5. Push. It is a 2009 science fiction action thriller directed by Paul McGuigan. The movie takes place in Hong Kong's underground and centers on Nick Gant, a second-generation mover with telekinetic abilities, who reluctantly joins forces with Cassie, a young watcher who has the ability to see into the future. Their aim is to safeguard Kira, a runaway pusher with the ability to embed thoughts into the brains of others, while also escaping division agents with lethal capabilities. Although the film's dark global context and range of psychic abilities make for some inventive set pieces, its implementation is erratic, the visual effects are unstable, and the plot heavily relies on well-worn cliches of covert operations and superhuman escapees. Though Evans and Fanning are charming and energetic in their parts, the characters are sometimes underdeveloped, and the film falls short of its expansive world-building goals. Ultimately, Push is an engaging but imperfect effort in the superhero-related genre, memorable for its potential rather than its effect. Number 4. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Serving as the fourth entry in the current Planet of the Apes saga, it is a 2024 science fiction action epic that was directed by Wes Ball. The film unfolds many generations after the time of Caesar and centers on a young ape named Noah, whose friendly tribe gets wiped out by the army of Proximus Caesar, a despotic leader who wants to use human technology to further his authority. Together with a smart human girl named May, Noah sets out on an adventure for survival, defiance, and discovery that challenges Caesar's legacy and the future equilibrium between humans and apes. The movie is spectacular, with innovative motion capture effects and wonderfully detailed settings that uphold the franchise's superior technical standards. Even while the main characters are interesting, the movie occasionally feels more like a prelude to a new trilogy than a whole narrative, with some subplots left unresolved. Overall, it succeeds as a deserving continuation of the franchise, paying tribute to Caesar's legacy while setting the stage for a fresh wave of confrontations and philosophical issues. Number 3. Enter Nowhere. It is a 2011 psychological mystery thriller that Jack Heller directed. The movie starts with three strangers, Samantha, Tom, and Jody, who wake up stranded in a secluded cottage in the woods following events that don't seem to be connected. As they suffer with limited resources and rising distrust, they discover that their memories and reality are inconsistent, and all of them may be linked through means that they do not understand. What begins as a suspenseful survival story gradually transforms into a maze-like narrative, uncovering a greater truth that reshapes their existence in the cabin. The film is visually minimalistic and mostly takes place in a single setting, depending more on conversation, mood, and the developing mystery than on spectacular effects. However, writing pushed plausibility in several spots. The performances, especially those of Waterston and Eastwood, carry the suspense effectively. In spite of its modest budget, Enter Nowhere succeeds in telling a chilling, gripping tale with a smart ending that sets it apart from other low-budget thrillers. Number 2. The Wall, based on Marlon Haushofer's book, is a 2012 sci-fi survival drama directed by Julian Pelzler. The movie centers on an unidentified woman who, while on holiday in the Austrian mountains, is unexpectedly separated from the outside world by an unbreakable, invisible wall. With no way to explain the incident, she is forced to live alone and survive with just a dog, a cow, and a cat. What follows is a modest but extremely moving study on survival, isolation, and mankind's delicate connection with the environment. The alpine wilderness's grandeur and coldness are captured by the stunning photography, while Gedek's performance provides the film's psychological weight and reflection. Despite its purposefully slow and thoughtful pace, The Wall is a disturbing and cerebral investigation of being alive, resilience, and what it means to be human in seclusion. Number 1. Perfect Sense. Directed by David Mackenzie, it is a 2011 hauntingly poetic combination of romance, science fiction, and apocalyptic drama. The story is set in Glasgow and centers on Susan, an epidemiologist, and Michael, a professional cook, who fall in love around the same time as a mysterious worldwide pandemic starts depriving people of their senses. First smell, then taste, hearing, and vision. Instead of being a conventional end-of-the-world story, it turns into a personal examination of human connection, illustrating how love and resiliency remain amidst the world's collapse. The film's dramatic and visual narrative conveys the splendor of capturing brief moments of emotion and delight, as well as the fear of losing vital sensations. Green and Gregor provide unvarnished, powerful performances that give the fantastical idea a sense of psychological realism. Though having a depressing tone, Perfect Sense is a profoundly poignant reflection on love, fragility, and what it feels like to be living when all else is taken away. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe to our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.